Begin with breaking news. Former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick embracing family as a free man for the first time in more than 7 years. The former mayor's release comes just hours after his 28-year sentence was commuted by President Trump right before leaving office.
You got challenges that you're going to run across.
You were talking to Ortiz through the keyhole about that you're going to be released, and he was like, "Man, where you hear that from?" He said, "I'm telling you, God is said that to me, and I'm hearing it. So please come back." And you said he was a man of his word, and he came back and opened the cell doors, and you was like, it was true. So take me back to that feeling of, when he opened them doors and said, that you're going to be going home.
Well, it was the last day of the Trump presidency, and all day on CNN per the orderlies. I couldn't see a TV. I was in isolation, and so I couldn't see anything. And so all day, this guy, Fred Bradley, my man from Texarkana, I'm giving you a shout out. He kept coming by, big homie. They talking about Trump about to do a whole lot of commutations tonight. Man, you in there, man. I know you in there. I said, man, I received that in the name of Jesus. I'm telling Fred, so Fred gets off work. They lock him up at 9 o'clock. So he came by right then and said, man, they ain't said no names yet, but they still talking about it's coming out tonight. So I was expecting something. Now, I had no idea to be me. I just believed it. I believed it because I received a word from the Lord in my 3rd year that I was getting out in the 7th year. This is 39 days short of 8 years. So I'm just holding on to this. My sons are holding on to it. We just believe in God for this word. And that night, at the midnight count, Ortiz is coming by, and I'm like, "Hey, Ortiz, man, I just got a commutation." He said, "Who told you that, Kilpatrick?" I said, "No, Fred, you go check the computer, and you come back. I'm telling you, I got one. The ones Trump talking about doing." He said, "Oh my God, who told you?" So I said, "The Lord told me." Yeah. He said, "Oh, Kilpatrick." I said, "No, Fred, the Lord told me. If you come on, just check." He said, "Listen, after count, I'll come back and I'll talk to you." So I said, all right. So I laid down in the bed. At 1 o'clock, he hit that door, open the door. Now you're not supposed to open the door in isolation. You're not supposed to do that. He opens the door with the 2 copies of the papers in my town, Detroit Free Press and Detroit News. And he said, "Man, you got a commutation. Man, you getting out of here." And he said, "Who told you?" I said, "I told you, Ortiz, the Lord told me." But it was the most exhilarating. I fell down on my knees after he closed that door. And I said, wow. Oh my God. I laid all the way out in on that concrete floor. And I said, I'm getting out of here. And it was strange because you got to understand, Tony, they had announced that I was getting out of there twice before. I signed release papers and they rescinded the release.
Wow.
So that happened in May, and that also happened in October. So I was happy, but I was cautiously optimistic. I wouldn't just release. At 5 o'clock in the morning, the warden came to the door and he said, "Kilpatrick, it's true, and I'm going to get you out of here quick and quiet." That's when I said, there we go, right there. Let's get on out of here. Let me take.
But I know you probably was still thinking something going to happen. Let me get.
Listen, I'm waiting there. They come back. They let me take a shower. I put on some sweatpants. I'm waiting again. They came. He said, "I'm going to come back and get you," because they didn't want to tell me when I was leaving because it was a security issue. Mm-hmm. But he said quick and quiet. So at 10 o'clock, they came back. "It's time to go." I said, "Whoa, I don't need none of this. Let's go. Let's get on out here." I went through the doors, got to the front. It was a real good thing. I got in the front. I went to the car, and I was about to get in the back like usual. And the CO said, "Kilpatrick, it's over. Get in the front, man." I said, wow. So I don't have any handcuffs on, no belly chains, no feet. And I get in the car. We ride to the airport. I get in there, and I told you this is like the craziest thing ever. I get in the airport, and I'm like looking around, like this is it's a setup, man.
I know they gonna come and get me.
Yeah, they coming to get me, man. The CEOs were laughing at me, like, "Man, listen, get on the plane." I'm like, they was like, I said, "So y'all going up here?" They said, "No, no. It's over. Our job was to get you here. So once you go to security, we out." I said, "Okay, let me go to security," right? So I go to security. I ain't got nothing to put up there. Ain't nothing to put up there. I don't have no bags or nothing. Let's just go. So we go through the security, And I get on the plane. I go up to the lady. I say, ma'am, I said, if it's all right, I'm in the last seat. I was in like row 30 something, in the last seat of the thing. I said, is it all right if I get on first? She laughed because she understood where I was coming.
What you was doing?
I looked like it. And she let me on first. She called me up and I got on the plane. The whole time I'm in the back, Tony. The whole time I'm waiting. I'm watching everybody get on.
Someone come down the aisle.
I'm waiting for somebody to come out and kill back. I need to talk to you. hey, excuse me, sir. Come on up, please.
I ain't going.
I said, no, y'all got to peel me off here. Everybody about to get a show. Pull your phones out. I'm not getting off this thing, right? So I'm in the back. They closed the door. And it wasn't until we took off and I'm going above those trees that I said, oh, my God. I said, wow, this is it. I'm going home. When I got off the plane in Atlanta, I went down the baggage claim and I don't see anybody. So I asked a lady there to use her phone and she let me use her cell phone. And I called my sister. They said, we outside. When I was about to head outside, I saw my sons running in the door.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, it was over. And, 45 minutes later, I was sitting in my sister's house with my mother and family, cousins, kids, everybody eating crab legs and cheesecake and everything else for the first time in about 8.5 years. So it was good.
Yeah, I saw the video of you outside the airport. I guess everybody saw that one. You know what I'm saying? With your sons and everything. And so, man, that's a you were cut 21 years.
Yes.
Wow.
And I thank the Lord for that. It was all him. I was in that cell for 225 days praying that the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord. And like the rivers of water, he could turn it whichever way he pleases. And I would say, Lord, please turn President Trump's heart towards me. Lord, you hold his heart in your hand. And so I hadn't met Donald Trump. I didn't know Donald Trump. And what I found out after I got out, I talked to Jared Kushner. I've talked to Alice Johnson. There was a historic meeting on January 20th.
Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.